Oh, I gotta quit yawning.
Yeah. I'm bringing up the Facebook feed a different way today. I hope it works. But we're seconds out from beginning.
All right.
I think I'm going to fade out the pre-show.
All right, guys. I guess we're live. So thank you again for tuning in to another edition of Satterwhite Live. This is going to be a little different format that we've got. We're really going to kind of just talk about what's going to happen this weekend. So as most of you guys know, we're doing our first virtual seminar this weekend. It's going to start tomorrow. So it's a learning experience for us. It's a new deal. It might be a learning experience for some of you guys. So we're just going to kind of talk about everything that entails, some ways to help make sure that you're prepared to view that and to get into that. And we're also going to try to take a few questions on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you've got any of those, you can start going with those now. I'm going to pull this up real quick just to make sure that I'm ready for when those come across. I think I am. Once again, I'm Josh Thomas here at Satterwhite. I'm a sales rep. I've been here for almost 10 years. You'll notice that my fearless buddy Blake is not in today, so you just get to deal with me. So let's go ahead and get started. So like I kind of said in the intro, we're going to be doing the first virtual seminar that we've ever done here at Satterwhite, and that's because of everything that's going on around the country today, around the state. So we won't have the normal deal where we have everybody come in and see what we're doing, get to meet us in person, get to view our facilities, get to tour homes and do all that stuff. We're going to do that again in the fall so that we welcome you to register for that. Our plan is to continue to get back on schedule in October, but for now, starting tomorrow, we're going to do the virtual seminar. So let's get into that a little bit. So we're doing it as most of you guys are probably who are working from home will know it's a Zoom presentation. It's gonna be a little different than your regular Zoom meeting. It's gonna be the webinar format. So for you guys, it'll look a little different, but as far as the nuts and bolts on how you'll be able to operate it, Danny, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be about the same for them, right?
Right. When they register on our website, they can just, they'll get an email that gives them a link to jump in. It won't be a Zoom meeting, so that you don't have to worry about your video or audio.
Right.
In.
But you'll log in the same way. You still have the same link, same password, all that kind of administrative stuff will be the same for them, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to do it. It'll be like a Zoom meeting. It'll just be in a webinar form. So if you've done that. And even if you haven't done that, especially, we're doing a test run, a test broadcast this afternoon. Today is Thursday, May the 7th, from 3 to 7 p.m. So you can log on at work if you're still at work, or you get home, you're going to do it there. You can log on there to just test your connection. We're asking everybody that signed up, if you can, to at least test your connection today, even if you're an old Zoom Pro. Just to get on to make sure that it's working with this webinar format, that it's working with us, because tomorrow is going to be probably pretty hectic. So we'd like to get as many kinks worked out today with you end users as we can. So that'll be open from 3 to 7. You can jump in. Danny will be available some, I'm sure. I'll be available some. To try to help work you through it. If you're having problems logging on, obviously, I think we've got an email set up specifically for that we're monitoring, and you can also call any of the offices. We'll walk you through that. So today, let's try to log in this afternoon and make sure that we're good for the meeting for tomorrow. So let's get into tomorrow. So we're going to start things off about 8:30 in the morning. I would suggest logging on a little early. Like I said, hopefully you've logged on tonight. If you hadn't, log on early in the morning. We're trying to keep the phone lines open really tomorrow So let's work out as many kinks as we can today. So anyway, so let's assume that we've logged on, we're in, we're going to start this seminar, okay? So it's going to follow really a lot of the same linear format that our regular in-person seminar is. We're just doing it online. So like Danny said, some of the benefits of that are you're in the comfort of your own house or your own office. You can wear whatever you want to wear. You don't have to worry about, people seeing what you're wearing. So you can do that in the comfort of your own home with no shoes on, with a cup of coffee in your hand. Also with that, you don't have to worry about video. Like Danny said, it's not going to be like other Zoom videos meetings that you've been in contact or that you might have been doing over the course of the last month or two. It's all going to be just one-sided. We're just pushing video. We're not taking video. You are going to have ample opportunities, and that's a test feature that you can work out today to ask questions. So you can, post your question. I think there's a flag deal where you can post your question and we can get to it. Danny, it looks like Facebook is saying they can't hear me. Are you?
I'm checking into that. Is anybody else besides, because it looks like we're showing good audio. The guy in the back.
Oh, they can't hear. They can't hear the guy in the back.
You know what? I didn't unmute my microphone. I unmuted the wrong microphone for me, but here I am, guys.
Okay, well, I don't know what they didn't hear you say, but we'll just keep going. Hopefully we'll cover everything. It's going to be a webinar-style meeting, a little different than the regular Zoom-style meeting, but most of the same stuff. So let's continue on. So, Danny, if you want to start punching up the Friday itinerary, we'll start running through that.
All right.
Good. Thanks, Nick. Thanks for giving us this feedback, letting us know that we didn't have Danny on the mic. So. Okay, so, and I'm reading questions off of Facebook. Okay, so, so Friday morning, we're going to do the intro session, introduce, Mr. Satterwhite's going to talk a little bit about the history of the company, history of the family, introduce the folks that you'll be seeing along the way. Talking about, just going down the list, kind of the way that most projects develop. First things first, planning and developing, budgeting, estimating. I'm not going to read all these things, but you can see here just the things that we're going to hit on tomorrow.
How many houses do we tell people we've built, Josh?
Tens of thousands, Danny.
I mean, it's been like before you were born. We
Yeah.
did a calculation one time and thought it was over 18,000 back then.
Oh, yeah.
Close to 20.
Yeah.
And that was, what, 25 years ago or so.
Yeah, I'm only 25 years old.
Yeah. No, you're right. How old? Well, anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
You're older now. But, yeah. Sam is going to share his experience, and he has got a lot of mileage under his belt as far as seeing homes in just about every place in this country. Satterwhite's not a local builder. We've been a national company since very early on in the early 1970s. So hundreds of homes in many states.
Yeah, and
thousands in the South.
I'm excited about this one specifically. I think we all are because it's new, it's different for us, but it's virtual. So don't we have isn't this a lot more far-reaching? Don't we have people coming from a lot further than usual, Danny?
Yeah, we have some people in Europe.
That's awesome.
And we're not going to be that casual ourselves. I mean, shirts and pants are required for our presenters.
At least shirts. If I'm below the counter here, you won't know if I've got pants or shoes on. Isn't that what they do on ESPN? I don't know. I digress. Anyway, okay. So we hit all that. Can we go to the next slide, Danny? Yeah. So we're going to have Fred Roberts talking about insurance. So you'll get to get his take on that. So not only will he be talking about that, but we'll also be talking about all the kind of different aspects, all the main questions that we hit all the time, or that we get all the time as far as dealing with the log home. So insurance is one, finance is another, insulation.
We're gonna have those speakers in a minute, but Fred lives in Log Home himself. He's down somewhere, I believe, south of San Antonio, Texas.
Fayetteville, Texas.
Yeah, that's even from us. Texas is so big. That's like almost in Mexico to us, but or Arizona or someplace. But anyway, Fred just saw an opportunity, and he has become the go-to man in the log home industry almost anywhere in North America.
Yeah, Danny, you know, I saw you had replied. We've gotten a comment on Facebook, I think this week, about hard to insure. Well, you need to talk to Fred Roberts because he lives in one. He knows them. He writes for a bunch of different folks. So he can, everybody that I talk to has no problem getting affordable insurance. So I would definitely recommend Fred.
Yeah. And we'd speak to that insurance issue that comes up from time to time because it's really not an issue anymore. But Sam's going to talk an hour about that tomorrow. Go to our website and sign up. So I'm advancing to the next guy for you here, Josh.
That's great. That's great. So Gene Cooper's going to be presenting. He's our construction manager, construction superintendent. So he's going to be explaining to you the ins and outs of how we actually build the house, so the nuts and bolts of that. So
he's going to sit in with Sam tomorrow afternoon.
Right. Yeah. So that's going to be really interesting. You know, we're going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing Q&A on all of this. So, so Danny, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to present, and then, like we're doing on Saturday, they're going to have an opportunity to raise their virtual hand and voice their questions.
Yeah, this is our first time through on all this, so we haven't mastered or even experimented with all that, but we've got a few hours left today to learn how to do it.
We'll do it live.
That's we're going to do it live, but that's our plan, and we truly hope that you guys can enter questions in chat like several of you are now, and I'm talking and not answering, but we hope to have some people in chat and also to have the guys on camera because this will be a live session, and we hope that you're able to ask your questions. But Gene Cooper's one of the resident geniuses here. So he's not somebody that normally has any interaction with customers until it comes down to coordinating our crews, being on job sites and moving materials, and he is the master of all logistics.
Yeah, and he's not fly-by-night. How long has he been here? 30 years?
Yeah, I think Sam will introduce him tomorrow, but we did a little rehearsal because we needed to, but Sam was saying he's known Gene since he was first learning to walk.
Danny, I'm just going to take a question on Facebook here. I'm sorry, YouTube. Danielle Wilson says, we'll be able to watch all of the talks in the live seminar. You have to choose between 2 or 3 classes. That's a great question, Danielle. And because of the format of this, since we're not having to do multiple sessions of the same topic, we're just being able to do one at a time. And like I said, in a linear format like that, you won't have to choose. If you sit down on Saturday morning and watch from open to close, you'll get to see all the different topics covered, and you won't have to worry about missing any of them.
Well, that's sort of, I mean, because of the nature of the virtual event, it is a little bit abbreviated, and so those of you who haven't attended our seminar, and you know, a lot of people might not have heard of Satterwhite really, but the format is all day Friday, Sam Satterwhite is the lead presenter, and he goes, so that's all day tomorrow, roughly. There'll be other guests, and we'll keep it moving, and we've got an agenda, and when you register, you can download and see minute by minute all day long about the material Sam will be covering tomorrow. And then our format of our seminar and workshop, we call it, is on Saturday, the second day of the event, here in Longview. If you were to attend in person, we have 4 indoor classrooms every single hour. It's just like high school. The bell rings and everybody, you can pick we have at least 4 indoor classrooms, all going every hour, and at least 2 outdoor sessions or special exhibits, including construction where people can handle tools and all that sort of thing. Plus, there's a lot more. I mean, if we were talking about the regular seminar, we charter buses, we have home tours. You can go out and see people's homes. There's a lot of things that you can do in the real world that we're not able to touch in the virtual world. So what we're doing tomorrow and Saturday is going to be an abbreviated version of that. So too many words.
Danny, so we've gotten a couple of questions since then. First, a statement. Melinda Duval says the seminar is awesome, the food is great. That's one of the benefits of the virtual seminar, Melinda. I get to eat all the food, so we're still getting all the food, but I just don't have to share it. So
I didn't know that.
No, that's a joke.
We shouldn't say, but the virtual event is free, and that's because of the calculus around here. The reality is when you the $50 per person fee that's associated with our normally fee, basically our normal seminar basically covers catering costs, because we do have fabulous food at the seminars.
Hey,
so
we are catering. We're catering tomorrow morning. We're getting here early. Some of the employees are getting here early, and we're cooking breakfast for everybody. Did you get that email?
That's not catering. That's
catering, man.
You're cooking.
We're talking about craft services.
You're cooking, and so don't say it's not like normal seminar food.
Okay. Did you see this other question, Danny, that Nick posted? Will the whole seminar conference be saved at the end if we cannot participate live?
So that remains to be seen, because it's in a Zoom meeting, and so we don't expect to put up a 16-hour recording. So and the other thing, this was a decision that we didn't really want to put this out on a public forum like YouTube or Facebook, because it's we want people to come to the real event and see the real houses and meet us and let us meet you guys and all that. So we're not going to put the material out in public. So we'll see what happens. In other words, I don't know how to do it yet, but if I figure out a way to make
short answer,
if you miss recordings, anyway, no promises.
Okay, so thanks for the questions. Like I said, we're going to try to continue to hit these along the way. So that's kind of up until the morning tomorrow. We are going to break for lunch, so give you almost 2 hours to decompress, try to make sense of everything that you've learned, get your mind back together, get ready for the afternoon session. It's a ton of information. It's really awesome. So
I decided not to make people look at Steve Carter too long, but when you're ready to go forward, we will.
Okay. So then we come back after.
This is our program, and so we're going to have Steve Carter from our LJ Georgia office, just to give you a brief acquaintance with what we do at our Eastern Division. Satterwhite is a national company, so it doesn't matter where you plan to build, we can help you. But
yeah, for sure. And not only Steve and Chris in Georgia, but also Brett in Utah. So that's all going to be. These are all assets across the board that you're going to be able to take advantage of. No matter where you're building in the country and around the world, we can service you. So these guys are going to be available to help answer questions as well.
We'd love to say everybody at the company is thoroughly cross-trained, but the fact of the matter is, when you get ready to build your log home, we're going to try to match you with the guy who is best suited for your job. And so if you're building in the Western United States, where you're going to be dealing with elevation or building codes or special engineering that's required for snow loading on the roof systems there, then you're probably going to be talking to Brett BELNAP. If you're going to build in the Eastern United States on the Eastern Seaboard, and we've got Satterwhite homes everywhere, and lots of them, everywhere from Florida to the state of Maine, then you're probably going to work with that LJ office. But anyway, yeah, we're not a virtual company. I kind of made that in the copy that I wrote for promoting the. This is no internet illusion of a company. We've been around almost 50 years, and there's a tremendous amount of expertise here.
Yeah, and like you said, specialized folks to help you no matter what geographic area of the country that you're building in. So then we're on to after lunch.
Well,
where are we going? You keep throwing up pictures.
I just went ahead and jumped into Saturday.
Okay.
Because
you're ready for lunch?
Yeah, I'm ready for lunch today.
Okay, so Friday afternoon, we're going to continue to talk, and it's going to be more topics along the way. Sam is going to be leading all that, questions and answers along the way. Sam and Jean there towards the end of the day tomorrow. So then we'll break tomorrow at Sam and Jean will stop presenting around 4 o'clock-ish. And then from there, like Danny said, we're going to kind of start breaking down, let the guys from the different offices kind of give a brief wrap up and kind of help focus your attention, or at least kind of give you some direction.
I think, Josh, you'll be representing the headquarter office tomorrow afternoon. I didn't put your slide in with Brett and Steve because, well,
I get enough
FaceTime
down
here 5 times.
Yeah, I get enough FaceTime already. So we'll be just doing a quick wrap up and kind of tell you, where to go from there. Well, I think with a little bit of a Q&A before we break for tomorrow evening and let you, like I said, decompress and kind of go through your notes and understand everything we're doing there. So now we're on to Saturday morning, Danny.
And we got Blake scheduled to speak, but he's got a little family issue come up, so that's where I put him in the slides.
It's either going to be Blake or it's going to be me covering for Blake.
Yeah.
And then Robert Henry will be with either Blake or I, so we'll be available there.
Have you seen that picture, Josh?
I was in it, but I don't know where it was. Where was? I guess it's from the seminar.
I don't know. I found it, so.
It's a good picture of me. They're all good pictures of me. Robert will be with me or Blake that morning, and we'll be doing the purchase process. So basically just kind of explaining to you, everybody starts at a different phase in the game, so to speak. So we'll just kind of help you narrow down, understand where you're at, just help keeping you moving if that's what you want. It's if you've ever been to a seminar or if you haven't, you're going to learn this weekend that we're very low pressure. This whole thing is really just to inform you on how log homes are different from any other type of house that you could be in. And we're just going to help you, keep you moving and kind of keep explain to you how the process works here with us if that's what you're into. After that, we'll be Megan MALMAY and Jeremy CAMMACK, both of our designers here at the office. We'll be talking about the basic principles of design, and then they'll take a Q&A.
Yes, and Megan is the only woman at Satterwhite Log Homes we can ever get to appear on camera. I wish that'd change, but anybody who doesn't know this company, the women around here run the place, and all the guys are just employees.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're just the gophers changing light bulbs and cooking breakfast. So Jeremy, the other designer, he'll be there talking as well. Together they've got a couple of decades of design experience at least. So they've got a ton of good information. They can take plans, and we've covered this on previous videos before, but they can take plans as rudimentary as drawings on napkins, Danny. So I mean, they can do anything.
We're going to have a couple of mortgage bankers on Saturday.
Yeah, so a couple of the banks, that's a question we get a lot is, do y'all do in-house financing? We don't do in-house financing, but we do have a couple of lenders that we use all the time we can recommend to you. Tyler Jackson is one of them. Scott Clark is another. Depending on where you're at in the country, we have, lenders in Georgia and in Utah as well that we can recommend to you and help you out. Danny,
yes,
I'm going to pause for a second and hit a couple of questions because I'm trying to hit them as they're watching. I don't want to make them wait to the end. David Gray says, I just joined as the seminar webinar Friday and Saturday. Yes, sir, David. It is all day Friday and all day Saturday. Now you don't have to sit in. Obviously, it's virtual. You can come and go as you please. But if you're interested, sign up on our website or contact us here at the office. We can walk you through it. We will send you an email confirmation with a ton of good information, PDFs to print and stuff, or to go through to have at your disposal, and then links to sign up. And David, if it's something that you're interested in, ask that you do it today. Tomorrow's going to be kind of hectic since we start right at 8 o'clock in the morning, I think. And then we're also doing a test webinar this afternoon that you can hop in and make sure that you're set up and your equipment and everything's running good.
Right. I'm gonna have that session open. It'll be Central Time, 3 till 7 for 4 hours. Today's 3, 4, 5. That is 4 hours. So people could just drop in and test their Zoom settings. Just make sure that whatever software or whatever kind of little glitches. But the link that you receive when you register, just click the big picture on the home page of our website if you want to register.
Yeah,
and that will lead to the registration, and you will get a single link that will admit you at any time, today, tomorrow, or Saturday.
Yeah, and you know, Danny, we had that issue this morning about somebody not getting their confirmation email. So if you do register and you don't get a confirmation email, if you don't know what's going on, contact us, call us, email us something, and we can get you fixed up. We had an issue with Yahoo this morning, but we were able to.
Yahoo was blocking the emails.
But we were able to push it through. So if you're on Yahoo, or if you, like I said, if you're just not getting that confirmation email, holler at us.
Yeah, we put some links so that you could download some documents in advance, like our because we hand out when you attend the in-person seminar, we hand out a workbook, and also like a 3-page PDF of our agenda. And Yahoo didn't like our links, so they were blocking the emails that are going out. We're going to have to figure out what to do about that as soon as we get off this.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, if you've already registered and if you haven't received it, your confirmation email, if you haven't gotten the information that you need to get you logged in today and tomorrow, let us know ASAP. Looks like we got a hello from Portugal, Danny. That's pretty neat. Hello from Longview, Texas.
I wish I'm not monitoring YouTube, but I think our friend from Portugal is here. I think he's here every week, Josh.
Really?
And now we're going to have to learn to pronounce his name. Does it look difficult? I'm not looking at YouTube.
I'm terrible at names. I'm a memorization speaker learner. Henrique Raposo?
You know what, Josh? These guys might pay you to do their voicemail greeting in a Texas drawl.
I could definitely do that. I'm cheap. You ought to see what they're paying me to do these videos. Okay, so after that, let's see. Carrie has said, have the links been emailed out yet? I still haven't received mine.
Yes.
Yeah, Carrie, if you've signed up, you should have gotten that email. So if you haven't, let us know, and we'll find out a way to push you that information. We'll get it to you. Yep. Gregory Goldman, hello from Jasper, Georgia. Worked with the LJ office to build out a Satterwhite home 3 years ago. From originally taking the seminar, it has really helped us through the process. Only thing we greatly learned directly from Sam was to protect the home with a wraparound porch. That for sure, Gregory, that is for sure the thing that I tell everybody. I think we all do. So thanks for that for sure.
If you want a wood house to last, and if you look at old wood houses that have lasted, they'll have those big verandas and they'll stand there for 100 years, 200 years.
Danny, we got another one that didn't get their info. Kathy Watson, call in or email in or talk to, if you're already in talks with somebody, let us know so we can get you hooked up. If you haven't talked to somebody, call in and ask for Danny or I. We'll get you fixed up today.
Be sure to check those spam folders too.
There you go.
Email. Straight
from the IT guy. He knows all the secrets I don't. Henrique says, yes, I'm on every time. That's awesome, man. And I pronounced your name correctly. Well, good for me. I need to go buy a lottery ticket. David Gray, yes, I'm very interested. Need the number to call to register. Okay, David, you can always call 1-800-777-7288. That's our Texas number. No matter where you're building, we can get you directed to the right people.
But let's be clear. We don't register anybody here. The registration is controlled by Zoom. So you need to go to our website and click the big picture right on the front page where it says register now on the banner, and that will take you directly to the Zoom registration system.
Well, there you go. We can help you. We can talk you through that on the phone, or you can go straight to the website and register there. But like I said, if you have any problems along the way, we're happy to help you. So just let us know. Kathy's from Maryland. That's awesome. Love log cabins. I'll live in one before I die. That's so great. That's great to have you from Maryland.
I got to tell you, Josh, and this is Danny again. I've been the photographer on most of the Satterwhite photography you see, but I love doing photo shoots east of the Appalachia.
Really?
Yes, east of the Smokies.
I've never been. The furthest east I've been is LJ, which I guess is east of the.
It's right in it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's jump back to our speakers.
Okay, so now we've talked about finance, Tyler Jackson and Scott Clark, so you'll have a Q&A there. Usually get a lot of good questions there, and those guys are a wealth of information.
These bankers are a great source of information. If anybody's got, every time I have to talk to a banker, I'm nervous about it. And doing mortgages is something that nobody does often. And so they'll take all that, they're very approachable.
Yeah, and another thing, you know, we talked on it a couple weeks ago, the rates are great right now. You know, interest rates are for lending.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, so in case you didn't know, or if you just hadn't thought about it, if you can get the ball rolling now, it's a great time to do it and try to get that rate locked in when it's as low as it's been in over 10 or 15 years, I think they said in the video a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Other speakers, just so that y'all know, some of the faces that are not on camera here at Satterwhite, but some of the other people here in this office. Alan Amos will be doing a session.
Yeah, Alan will be doing a session, choosing your log. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, everybody's coming from different areas of knowledge in the process. And one of those areas is that people don't even know that you can do. When you're building your log house, you can literally choose the style log that you want. If you want a rounded face outside, if you want a flat face. So Alan's going to hit all those. KB, Kevin BLALOCK, another sales rep here, is going to be answering all the questions on electrical and plumbing, telling you how we do those things, tips, and just information along the way on that.
Yeah, everybody wants to know, how do you put pipes and wires inside that a solid wall? But it's unbelievably easy. So that's not a problem, but it's something that everybody has a question about.
Danny, looks like we got a comment on YouTube. George Soria, if I'm not mistaken, this dude just did a material package, put together a material package for one of our kits or one of our packages a couple of months ago. So that's neat that he's on. George, we're happy to see you, man.
Kevin Sheehan, Sam still calls him Red back when he had color in his head.
Yeah, that picture is so old. He looked like he even still had a little color there. That is completely white now. I think probably stress from dealing with all of us young guys. He's a wealth of knowledge. He's been here, you know, since he was my age, at least a kid.
Yeah.
So he's got a ton of information. I always go to him on stuff that I don't know.
Satterwhite Log Homes, unlike a lot of organizations, I mean, everybody around here talks about family, but we don't have high turnover. So
yeah, I've been here.
A lot of guys who have been here decades.
Yeah, I've been here 10 years this year, and I'm still one of the young new guys. So if that tells you anything. So Jeff McKinney, another great asset to the company, been here for a long, long time, is going to cover, along with Alan again, the things that it takes to get your log home finished out. So the ins and outs, that's a great one to watch. A lot of the things that maybe you don't know or don't even think about that you're going to need to know. So he'll be hitting those things along the way.
I don't remember who it was. It was either Jeff or Gene Cooper that was on camera with Sam like a couple of weeks ago for our Satterwhite Live session then. And Sam gets in reminiscent mood sometime, and he's telling Gene or Jeff, whoever it was, about their great-grandfather, because Sam knew him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I grew up 10 minutes from here. Jeff grew up 10 seconds from here. Sam's been here forever. Blake grew up, 2 minutes from here. So not only is it a low turnover company, but most of all are local guys. Kevin's from right here, Gene Cooper. So anyway, yeah, it is neat, all the interconnections that we've all had.
I'm in my 60s now, and I met them or heard about them because my Scoutmaster, when I was a kid, my Scoutmaster was the first, that little log cabin logo we've got.
Uh-huh.
My Scoutmaster designed that.
Really?
Like in 1975.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's iconic, man. That's withstood the test of time.
Yeah, I mean, we're fortunate to have that. I mean, can you imagine the entire log home industry? And it is like iconic for the entire industry. But
oh yeah,
but it's ours.
Okay, and then to wrap up on Saturday, Robert Henry will be covering finished material. You know, we sell a ton of stuff, even to finish out a log house, tongue groove material. beams, round stock staircases, mantles, all those types of things. So we sell all of those things that you can use in a log house. We actually sell a ton of that material. Don't tell anybody to people who aren't building log houses. So there's a ton of different options there, and we do a ton of business every day in that aspect too. So Robert's going to be going over all that, all the finished material and all the specialty products that we make. And either Blake or I will be there sitting in there with them to go over that stuff.
Yeah, wood is like blue jeans. They never go out. Wood never goes out of style, and it goes with anything. So yeah, our products are used in a lot more than log homes, and also because we search out all of these little tiny specialty sawmills for all the specialty products that we offer, like the trim woods and aspens. And those guys, those mills, it's not that expensive, but those guys will never be able to be a vendor to somebody like Home Depot or Lowe's because they're just too small and you can't cope with a big account like that if you're just a little small sawmill.
Yep, that's true. So we have a ton of different products that you're, like Danny said, that you're not going to find at other places just because the nature of the business. And not only that, Danny, but all the connections that we've made and Sam's made over the years. Decades
of crawling the woods out all across the forest lands of all North America, really. It's really amazing.
We've got a comment on Facebook. It is in Spanish, so unfortunately, my Spanish is muy poquito.
Bring on the Spanish for Sam Satterwhite tomorrow.
Yes,
that's what I can say.
Sam can answer them in Spanish, and I see the trabajos, so I know the work is there, sus. So I'm sorry I can't answer that question, but we appreciate you tuning in. And Sam can answer it tomorrow, I can promise you that. Well, guys, Danny, are we leaving anything out?
We're leaving out our lunch if we go any longer.
Yeah. Danny and I, neither one are obviously going to miss lunch, so we're going to get to that. But just to recap, we are doing the virtual seminar this weekend. This video is just telling you about that. Hopefully, we've answered any questions that you had about the content of that. And man, if you haven't registered, we hope that you do. One of the good things we haven't talked about, Danny, about the virtual seminar is you're not stuck here for the whole thing. So you register even if you don't know for sure that you want to do it, and you can jump in and out as you please, and hopefully something that'll spur your interest. We are asking that you register today so that you can get in on our test broadcast this afternoon to make sure the technical difficulties are handled, so that we can transition tomorrow as smooth as possible and get straight into the content.
Yep.
I don't have anything else to say. Do you?
No.
We appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully next Thursday on our video we could talk about how good of an experience it was, and it was a success. I'm sure we'll have some funny stories to tell about some things that we ran into along the way, but we're going to get through them because we always do, and we'll do it live.
Well, it'll be entertaining either because it's great or because Danny has a gigantic technical disaster.
Yeah, so Danny sent out an email the other day. I think it was an email, it might have been a Facebook post that said he'll sleep next week. So he's been working his tail off. So we all appreciate that. We appreciate you tuning in this Thursday for another edition of Satterwhite Live. If you got any questions, call or email us at any one of our branches. We'll be happy to help. And once again, I'm going to send a message to Rocky Hunt. Rocky, we're loving the updates that you give us, and we're all praying for you here at the office, and love to see your little smiling face, girl. So stay strong. We're praying for you.
Hey, thank you to everyone who jumped in to chat with us today, because that's a real goal of ours from the beginning, to be more interactive with these weekly Satterwhite Live, and we're just getting up to speed with that. So we know a lot of the other live streamers do a lot of things with chat, but hey, thank you to everyone today, because this is the first for us, isn't it, Josh?
Yeah, you can see me. If I think you're watching me, and I'm seeing myself over here on this where I'm trying to read the comments. I'm steadily squinting. I don't have the best eyesight. Okay, Danny's gonna have to give me some better font. But Nick jumped in and said, translated that for us, Danny. So it says, "Geniuses, I love your work." We appreciate that. Wally says, "Can you give us an update during the seminar on upcoming log raises?" Just real quick, yeah. We love doing the log raisings. They are hard to coordinate just because of so many moving parts that go into that. We're trying to do one once every month or two. I think we haven't done those in the past couple months, and that's just kind of a testament to how hard they are to coordinate and to set up. But we will try to keep you abreast of those, and we'll try to do one soon for you.
We never delay a customer's job for our marketing purposes. So we don't have much heads up to know when that job's, I mean, like here in Texas, we've been tortured by incredible rainy season this spring. So our whole schedule is just impacted by that. And so if we had made an announcement that a certain crew is going to be at a certain point and that house was going to be in a certain stage, we go 90 miles an hour all day, every day. And so we just, yeah.
Some of us do. Blake goes about 60 miles an hour.
Blake?
Yeah, Blake.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Nick also had a statement. He said, FYI, I just registered and got the email from Zoom, not Satterwhite, in a couple minutes. Well, that's great.
Right, that's all automated. Zoom does it all.
Okay, well, we appreciate you signing up, Nick. Hope that you get some good information tomorrow. Everybody else, Clint Alexander, where's Alan? I was teasing Alan about that the other day. I said, who is Clint? Because he always asks where you're at. He's probably asleep in his office, Clint, so you need to roast him for that, okay? And then lastly, Melinda, I would love for ours to be a log raising in Oklahoma. Well, Melinda, I don't know where you're at in the process, but whoever you're dealing with, let them know. We'll try to coordinate that and make it work for you.
Yeah, we'd love to do it. Of course, all this social distancing business is going to have to ease up. We're working. Everybody is working through some things, but Satterwhite has been very fortunate that we're in. Well, we've been blessed with great customers, and we're in. Finish my sentence for me, Josh.
Well, we're still working around the clock. We get that question a lot. So we're blessed that we're able to continue to work, and we're blessed that we have business to continue to do. We hope that it continues to be that way so we can keep building log houses for you guys. But man, I'm going to jump off before we get any more questions. Melinda says, Robert, well, that's perfect, Melinda. You let Robert know that you want a log raising, and I'll make sure personally that he is there with bells on. But no, we appreciate y'all again. Thanks for watching Thursday edition of Satterwhite Live. Yeah, this is my longest video ever. You know Blake's not here because he would not have gone 41 minutes.
He would have gone to the kitchen already.
Yeah, he would already be gone. But we appreciate you guys. We'll see you this afternoon, tomorrow, or next Thursday. Thanks.